Yo, what is going on, you salty sawsbuck? Today, I'm showing off some more Miraidon. I've worked on the build quite a bit more from the last time that we talked about the deck. It's one of those decks that's like kind of frustrating for me so far because I'm really trying to like push it to its limits and it feels like there's more there. And maybe I just can't crack the code and maybe someone else will. But overall, I'm more satisfied with it than I was before, but I feel like there's still more work to be done. Before we jump into it, though, got to give a huge shout out to Card Coliseum, of course, for sponsoring the channel. If you guys ever need PokemonTCG sealed products or singles, the Card Coliseum is the place to go. PKMandColiseum.com. They have their black and white singles being uploaded over there right now. So if you need any competitive cards, check them out. PKMandColiseum.com. Link in the description, and code AzulGG will get you a discount over there as well. So the first question I'm going to answer that I'm sure some of you are curious about, I've been asked a lot, is this or Joltik Box better? Now, usually I don't like comparing decks in general. Of course, I think there's like a best way to play Dragapult to the archetype overall. Like, should you play it with Dusknoir, or should you play it without any partner, or should you play it with Charizard? I think the answer is probably Dusknoir for that one, but that's not the point. Besides that, in general, like, I don't like really comparing decks because the decks are just different. One of them is better than the other, probably in the format and the metagame overall. The question is really, is it a good deck or is it a bad deck? And if they're all good decks that we're like thinking about or we're talking about, then at that point it doesn't really matter. Just pick a good deck you like playing and start playing Pokemon. But I think with Joltik Box and Miraidon, they're both basically just Iron Hands decks. They're both decks that are trying to enable Iron Hands as much as they possibly can and then come up with ways to win matchups besides just using Iron Hands, because you need more than just Iron Hands to win games. And the question, of course, is which one's better then of the two Iron Hands decks, the Joltik Box or the Miraidon? And I think the answer actually is Joltik Box overall. Now, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be playing Miraidon if you want to keep playing Miraidon and just give up on the deck. And maybe I'm missing something and actually I'm wrong, and Miraidon is actually better or as good as Joltik Box. But from what I've played with both decks, Joltik Box definitely feels like the more powerful deck in the format and the metagame. But it doesn't mean there's not a good, bright future for Miraidon moving forward. Maybe we're just not there yet. But my current build, let's talk about it, is this right in front of us here. So I've leaned heavily into the Magneton. I've given up on the Eel, which feels really bad because it feels like it's so easy to enable with the deck. I mean, you got the Tandem unit, find the Dynamo. Of course, Ultra Ball, being able to turn Ultra Ball into like an energy for turn is just insanely good, theoretically. But overall, it's just a little bit slow. It's a little bit hard to get set up, especially when we're committing so many resources to the Magneton, which is definitely the more powerful of the two Stage 1 Lightning Pokemon we could be playing. The Overvolt Discharge, getting up to 3 Lightning Energy from our discard pile, attaching to one of our Lightning Pokemon in any way that we'd like. Even though we give our opponent a prize card, the prize card just like never matters, and actually enables our Zekrom to hit that much harder, which is a big deal. And it's basically using 3 Eels in a single turn potentially, which is pretty good value. Like, yeah, imagine if you could just Eel 3 times the turn you evolve your Eel into play. I mean, the games with this deck last 3 or 4 turns, so you're getting your full Eel value in a single evolution. You don't even have to wait time. You don't even have to wait over turns to be able to do that. And it just enables us to be so much more aggressive, so much more consistently, and not have to rely super heavily on electric generators, which is a really big deal. So yeah, I definitely think the Magneton is better than the electric. Like, if we could only play one of them in the deck, it would be Magneton. The question at that point is, can we fit both? Should we fit both? I've come to the conclusion so far that no, I think we should just be sticking with Magneton for now, but with more testing, who knows? We'll see where we go. But yeah, 2-2 Magneton line here. I do play a 1-1 split on the Magnemites. The Magnetic Charge is a really powerful attack to use with Magnemite on a turn we go second, where we don't pull off a super powerful attack, like a turn 1 MP very much, or even an Arm Press, or a Photon Blaster to KO something like a Pheasantipity or Genesect DX. And we do have the Motivate with the Squawk ability that does the exact same thing and actually does 20 damage, but it would leave a 2 prize in our active. And specifically, a matchup where this comes up against is actually Golden Go, where leaving a 2 prize in our active is really, really bad. And if they open something like a Gimme Gold, it would be great to amp you very much it, but we might just not be able to pull off the amp you very much. And in that case, we want to do something for our turn while leaving a 1 prize on our active, and the Magnetic Charge fills that role really, really well. Now, because I am leaning so heavy into Magneton, I am playing a 2-2 Magneton to mitigate the prize factor of the Magneton pieces, and I do include a 160 HP Magnemite because there's a decent amount of Dusclops in the metagame right now, so to avoid Dusclops being able to easily KO our Magnemite off our bench, or if it's in the active, I'm playing 160 HP one so we can prioritize that one situationally. So 2-2 Magneton split here. Like I said, such an important card. Prizing it really, really sucks. Drawing into it naturally, especially the Magneton, is a really, really big deal, especially up against Dragapult, like that first turn going first or first turn going second. If we don't pull off that amp very much, turn 1 going second, we want to be able to find that Magneton or pull off a Magnetic Charge or something to build up towards that turn 2 Iron Hands to start punching their Badoos. Most likely going to be their Badoos. I guess we could have Boss and KO Dreepy or something out of the bench, but same difference. So like I said, 2-2 Magneton, kind of set on that right now, but I could see including a 1/1 eel over that. Maybe the EXP share gets cut and something else. 2 Iron Hands, of course, 2 Miraidon, of course. I am on 2 Squawkabilly. I just find myself literally using this every single game. Whenever I prize it, it kind of sucks. Naturally drawing into it is also really, really good. It's like playing like +1 Nest Ball on the first turn of the game, which, I mean, if you could play 5 Nest Ball, you would. This isn't quite as good as that, but it's about as close as we can get. So 2 Squawkabilly in here. 1 Fez, of course, the Iron Bundle. Mew EX, Zekrom EX, and Zeraora. Now, I did try a couple different builds in my time with this, and you will see some gameplay with those other builds. Remember, the build I show you here at the beginning of the video, this is my final build. So this is the build that I think is the best. I think this is the best way to play Miraidon that I've come to so far. Now, tomorrow when I pick up this deck and play it again, I might come up with a build that I think is better than that. The Eels might be back in here. The Magneton might be out of here. I don't think that would happen, but it's possible. So yeah, whenever you're watching through the gameplay of the video, that's always just me playing games with the deck and constantly changing things to try and find what I think is the best build. So I did try a build with Maximum Belt, because Maximum Belt with Zekrom is actually pretty cool. Specifically, once we've given our opponent 3 prize cards, like if we get a turn 2 Ampy very much and we popped a Magneton, our opponent, like if we go up against like a Charizard deck, they knock out our Iron Hands, we pop the Magneton, so they've drawn 3 prize cards at this point. So the Zekrom is actually hitting for 280 damage, but with a Maximum Belt, that's 330 damage. That KO stuff like Charizard, like Dragapult, like Grimmsnarl. The only thing is that only really matters against the Charizard matchup, because going up against Dragapult or Grimmsnarl, they don't really draw prize cards. They don't like take knockouts very fast. So the Maximum Belt is like basically only good against Charizard. It can be kind of cool against Golden Goes that play Rigid Band, but we can usually find other win conditions in that matchup anyways. So I made my way back to the Prime Catcher eventually, but something that is cool that can combo with Zekrom. And in that build, I did go up to 2 Zekrom as well, because I was like, theoretically more reliant on it, gonna get more aggressive with it, as opposed to setting up multiple Iron Hands or going in with a Zeraora or something like that. And for anyone who doesn't know about the Zeraora, definitely play the Zeraora. 3 Lightning Energy, discard all energy, you do 2/10 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon EX, which lines up pretty well into the Pheasantipity EX. Can KO stuff like Mew and Squawk as well, of course, but Fez is something that every deck plays, and that we can take advantage with our Zeraora. For the supporter lineup, just 4 Arven, 4 Boss, 2 Research, nothing crazy. This has felt pretty good. I haven't actually tested out like a heavier research build, like a 4 research. I've been seeing builds with like 4 research plus 4 Iono. The Arven, like finding electric generator is just so important, and trying to risk it off the research does not seem worth it overall. But who knows? Maybe we'll still try that build out. Maybe that build will feel a little bit better. 4 Nest Ball, 4 Ultra Ball for the Pokemon Search, 1 Counter Catcher, which combos really well with Magneton, especially when we're going to that 2/2/2 prize race. So that means we're always behind 1 prize card, but we're still ahead on the prize exchange, so having an extra gust to work with off of Arven is a big deal, especially when we can turn Arven into a Counter Catcher and then later turn it into a Prime Catcher to close out games. It's a pretty sick lineup, of course. Of course, you could always draw into a boss as well, but it's not as reliable to make sure you always have a boss. Arven being gust effects is kind of insane. Super Rod for recovery. I'm kind of in between this and the Night Stretcher, because I'm playing as aggressively through Squawkabilly as possible. I've kind of landed on the Super Rod for now, because we're going to be discarding more cards on average each game. So, but yeah, I'm not actually sold on the Super Rod over the Night Stretcher. They both seem good. I want to play a recovery card for sure. I don't know which one it should be. I could even see like double Night Stretcher if we could find room for that as well. One of Switch in here, we need to be able to deal with the like Maractus Cheese. So like 2 Switch cards is usually enough between the Prime Catcher and the Switch. We should be able to deal with stuff like Maractus. And then I have an Air Balloon, a Brave Charm, and an EXP share for the tool cards. Air Balloon and Brave Charm are great. I don't feel as a second Air Balloon is as necessary unless we play the Electric. If we have the Electric in here, I definitely lean towards more wanting the second Air Balloon, because the Eel does have the 2 retreat costs on the bench. Brave Charm to protect our Iron Hands and a ton of matchups is super good, and we would maybe even want a second of these possibly. And then the EXP share, I'm not sold on completely, but it has been pretty nice to put on Miraidon specifically. If we're going like Hands or Hands Zekrom, making Miraidon an eventual threat more easily is pretty cool. It's really hard for us to ever line up like hands into hands by putting the EXP share on the second hands. Usually we just kind of bench the second hands and they both end up with 4 energy before our opponent draws a prize card, but the threat of the second hands is like important. This happens against like Grimmsnarl and Dragapult, where it's like, if we don't start to set up the second hands, our opponent's just going to KO our first hands, and then we might struggle to draw prize cards at that point. But if we do set up the second hands and we have like 2 hands in play, one with 4 energy, one with 3 energy, they just go back to doing their not knock out anything strategy. But the threat of the second hands is important to play the game to begin with. And that's where EXP share like doesn't matter. EXP share is like good in like, I don't know, probably like in Mirror Match, good up against like stuff like Joltik Box, and Golden Go is where we can get more constant value out of it. But overall, I mean, it's been okay. I'm not sold on it, I would say. And this is where one of the spots for the Electric could come from. If you're just hell-bent on getting the Electric in here, I think the EXP share probably gets cut. If we're going to add other cards that are some form of energy acceleration, then the EXP share definitely becomes less necessary, less needed. Of course, we only have 2 tools in the deck, which feels a little bit bad to be playing Arven with only 2 tools, but you could try and get a second Air Balloon in there as well. But the EXP share would definitely be one of the cuts for the Eel. And then lastly, I play 16 Lightning Energy, which I would actually honestly maybe try and play more if I could find space for it. The generators just do not be hitting. I don't know what. It doesn't feel like they'd be hitting at all. So 16 might seem like a lot, but honestly, I feel like I'd want to play more if I could. Maybe you can get down to 15 and still feel decently comfortable. So that could be like another spot, especially if you're adding in the eel, which is like another form of energy acceleration. Like I said, finding the time and the resources to get the eel set up just feels more difficult than I thought it would be. And also the prize card variable gets added in there as well, right? Like I said, we want to play a 2/2 Magneton because it's so important. The Magneton, I've just like come to the conclusion that I think the Magneton is just too important to not play a 2/2. If we were going to cut a piece, if you were going to try cutting a piece of the Magneton line, I would cut the Magnemite, but I would stay with 2 Magneton. I would just keep a 1/2 Magneton line. That's what I was playing for quite a while, and it did feel pretty decent. Naturally drawing to the Magneton is a big deal. But then also on top of that, we're trying to mitigate the prize cards as much as we can. Magneton in the early game is what is like super important. So playing 2 Magnemites with 1 Magneton, hoping to draw some prize cards into the Magneton late game doesn't really line up very well because we basically need Magneton turn 2. We need the access to Magneton turn 2 because we have so much more access to our basic Pokemon because of Tandem Unit. I like the idea of playing 2 Magneton before 2 Magnemite. So if you were going to cut a piece of the Magneton line to try and create some space, you know, leaving yourself a little bit more vulnerable to the prize card variable, then I would probably cut a Magnemite first. And I would cut the 60 HP one first. I know Dusclops is out there, but I use Magnetic Charge all the time. I use it a ton. It's really important, like I said, to have a 1 prizer in your active in a lot of situations. When we go second, the Magnetic Charge is insane. The Motivate does not replace it. Leaving a 2 prizer on active is just terrible. Yeah, the Magnetic Charge on the Magnemite is just super, super clean. But yeah, the Magnemite could go, I guess, if you really wanted to. Don't cut a Magneton. Keep the 2 Magneton, especially up against that Pulp matchup. Naturally drawing into Magneton is super important. I know we have 4 Ultra Ball, and we can Ultra Ball before they Badoo us, but, you know, an extra out is a big deal. The mitigation of the prize card variable is a big deal. And like I said, 16 energy, I don't know. I kind of feel like I want 17. My generators just don't be hitting like they used to, it feels like, in this format. But I could see going down to 15 and see that being correct as well. All right, that's it. That's my full thoughts on Miraidon. Like I said, I played so much Miraidon in this format, and it just doesn't feel like I'm there yet. But we're getting there. This is where I'm at right now. If you truly are just trying to play the better Iron Hands deck, pick up Joltik Box. I think it is the better Iron Hands deck. I've not been convinced that this is the way to go yet, but I will probably be investing more time into Miraidon in the future, so I'll be coming at you with a future build eventually. Let's jump into some action, though. I'll stop yapping. Let's get into it. What ELO would you say you start getting quality games versus high-level players? I have no clue. Doesn't matter. If you're not able to win to a higher ELO, then the games you're playing against are high enough quality. That's all that matters. And then once you get to the highest part of the ELO, you can't find games anyways. So you know you've made it to the, the top of the ladder when you hit 0 games. I mean, I guess arm press is pretty chill. So if I'm playing for arm press, and I was gonna say I want eel, but no, Magneton is still better, right? Because eel's gonna see me what, 3 energy over 3 turns, but Magneton will give me 3 energy immediately, which might just be better. Also, if I whiff, then Magnetic Charge is way better than whatever eel could do for me, right? Dude, that eel guy is a scam, big time. I lose my prime catcher. We thin out the other Miraidon. I definitely could eel at some point still. Muse prize. I'm not really tracking my prize cards right now. Should be though. I just need 2. Oh! He's doing it again. He's cheating. All right, arm press is fine, but that Squawkabilly gonna give me another generator? All right, whatever, buddy. I don't like you either. I think you should run extra Zekrom and maybe 1 more energy to replace the eel line. It's nice to not, but it's nice to like the way, like I think the way to think about it is like Eel's a really good card, like, and it's so easily enabled in this deck because we're playing Miraidon. Like, why would we not want to play like a super powerful card like that? I don't know. It feels like not playing the card is like kind of like a miss. I don't know. It's like a miss to not take advantage of that super powerful card. Alright, this is a little bit awkward because, like, okay, they put a Monkey Dory in play, but I don't have Prime, so like, what can I actually even do this turn? I guess we'll see. I guess I could. I don't want to hard retreat my active. That's a scam. I can like bundle and then like Miraidon knockout for 2 or something. I need switch, so I need to find switch then. Top deck boss. True. How often do you see yourself using a card? See yourself using the card though? If it's not really used at all, then it should be cut. Tech more than a core part of the deck. I'm not sure what card you're talking about. Oh, counter catcher? Wait, I'm down with this. What the heck? I feel like this is a misplay. Why are they not trying to beat up on my Iron Hands? I feel like my hands gotta go here. I feel like my opponent's just throwing here. What the heck? This gives me so much flexibility too. Oh my, they give me so much mobility. Oh, this is just a throw. What the heck? Insane throw. They did kill it. I'm talking about Eels. Well, Eels is not a tech card though. Well, no, I would not view Eels as a tech card. It either just should or should be in the game based on how fundamentally powerful the card is in the deck. That feels like a throw. That feels like a throw. Now we just bunsdle them. Then we see what they pick and then we respond. As feed. Do I lose the prize trade here though? How much damage are they doing? Zekrom the Fez? No, I can just Miraidon the Fez. I don't want my Zekrom to get punched because if they draw 2 more prize cards aggressively, then I want to have response. Baton. I can't really. Yeah, I can't afford to put Dynamo in play here. I can't. Oh, Fez. Oh, maybe they can just win. If I don't find Bravery Charm, it is prized. Is grabbing Fez here incorrect? Because I can just go attack with Grim, and draw 4, right? See, this is where that maximum belt, though, oh, would kind of go crazy. The maximum belt could be insane. I guess I actually could have. I bundled them. But the more I think about it, I should still be playing for boss, right? I should still be playing for boss here. Zekrom hurts itself, so you don't want me to put it in play earlier than you need. I mean, if we can ever take a 1-hit with a Zekrom, the game's over at that point. That's not really a big concern. Also, 1 candy and Poltnor. I mean, it's fine. I don't know if it's correct or not. I haven't played with that deck this format. It's not a bad card in the deck, but besides that, I don't really have a good answer for you. I can tell you that for sure. All right, let's just. I mean, yeah, I think if I draw a boss here, I think I actually boss KO the Frostlass, right? The Snow Run. I think I have to. If I go Miraidon knockout, they go Grim Punch, plus get Frostlass in play. Grim Punch, 30. Yeah, they need like a little bit more damage to work with, but if I KO the Frostlass, they don't get the damage to work with, right? Yeah. kind of do just want Iron Bundle back, to be honest. That's kind of my guy right now. Yeah. I need Mew. I need Mew off my prize cards here. Nope. Because I need a knockout this turn. We can maybe make that work, though. Maybe it won't be a big deal. We'll see. Another Imp. Sure, sure. I hold EXP share there? Because I don't need to put on the Zekrom. Yeah. And depending on what they Gust Punch, I maybe want to put it somewhere else. Or I might want to put the Bravery Charm on that, is what I meant to say. Was what I meant. But they have no Frostlass still, so... Yeah, I feel like we should be good. I guess maybe I just shouldn't have never used... what do you think is stronger? Miraidon or Joltik? Joltik. I guess maybe I should have never used Iron Bundle there at all, because they always send up Fez or Monkey Dory. Oh my dude. Okay, Maximum Belt's cool, but how often... No, I guess Maximum Belt does way more than Defiance Band does, right? Every HP your Fez for possible last prize shoot. I can just hold it. Because imagine if they had Counter Catcher up my Fez here and then I could like retreat my Fez. Let's protect it on the bench with Bravery Charm. I just hold... I hold the HP share because I might want to put Bravery Charm anywhere. That's the reason to hold it. Bottom of my deck did not have any outs to boss. Or did not have a boss. If they have this plus this. I'll just boss this. Do it again. And they can't KO two things, right? Yeah, I can't KO. Wait, why didn't they put the 30 on my Fez? If they put the 30 on my Fez, they literally just win. Unless I had Bravery Charm, but I don't have Bravery Charm. Yeah, they just need to put the 30 on my Fez. Uh-oh. This might be tough to recover from. Another Iono is, well, it's not a Gust, though. I have no Gust. As long as they don't misplay here, I'm in trouble. Oh, but I have Iron Bundle. I have Bunstall. Oh. They literally had game if they just played correctly. Alright, Ultra Ball and Mew in that part. And then I think the first Iono... Nest Ball's on the bottom. So I think shuffling the deck is correct here. I could grab one of these. I mean, Tynamo is just fine, actually, I think. No, because I might draw with Mew into the Iron Bundle, so I shouldn't take anything. I just want to shuffle the deck, I guess. But I should have shuffled it with this, actually. Alright, Bunstall. The broken... Could have gone for Squawkabilly. Dude, maybe I should have gone for Squawkabilly, bro. Why am I such a Billy hater? No, because I actually might Magnetic Charge if I draw really poorly here. Oh, I actually should grab Iron Hands out of deck here as well. It's like an Ultra Ball away the other Iron Hands. Yeah, maybe should have just Billy. I probably should have just Billied here, to be honest. We just don't have enough options. We don't have enough gas in the tank to play out of this hand this aggressively. It's fine though. We'll make it work. Make it work. Non-Billy believe. Oh, he was prized. You know what? That's why I didn't get Squawkabilly, because he was prized. He's never there when I need him, you know? The problem with going first with this deck is getting bedewed. But do I want to be going second against Dragapult either, though? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. Curious what you're looking at up there. I have the prize tracker up on my other monitor. Okay, well, we got the attack up. I don't know if it's gonna be good enough. If it's gonna be enough. We should have so little to work with after that. So what's your favorite drama of the year so far? It's a really thought-provoking question. Dusclops. That's really good, actually. Damn, that's swell. Now I can actually use Mew. Cycle the deck a little bit and try and find some stuff. And they were lacking stuff. Oh, I can't. I mean, I want to change my play, I guess. Fudge. I can't maximum belt the Zekrom. That's fine. We just get another one though, right? That solves the issue. New Zekrom. If they chase my Zekrom, I still have Iron Hand, so it like works out fine. I can't EXP share this one though. That's why I want the EXP share or like the eel in here. I want to be able to go like attack with Zekrom with maximum belt, EXP share the other Zekrom, but fine. It's an interesting choice. Because I can't pop. Wait, why would they do this? I'm so confused. Oh, maybe their hand's dead and they're passing with this in the active to force the... No, but their hand's not dead. I guess they can KO my Mew, put me down to 2, but then they're just activating my Zekrom. My Zekrom is just a generator away from winning the game. This just seems bad, to be honest. It just seems bad. I played a different list, but included the Call for Family Gimme. Back up. Thanks for that video, man. Of course. Yeah, the Call for Family guy is kind of insane, to be honest. It just extends your... It makes your turn so much better. You don't have to call for your family. It's just insane. This just seems like a really bad play for my opponent. KOing my Iron Hands is a really good play. Popping Dusknoir and Dusclops here is just so bad. It's just... Yeah, it's just so bad. They didn't need to do it. I don't know why they're so like obsessed with... I mean, if they do something else, they could do something else here. Yeah, I don't know why they're so obsessed with that. Briar? Oh, shoot. I guess they just win with Briar. Sure, yeah. I'm like, bro, they just like... Oh, they already played Arven. They can't even... That's not even a play. They literally played Arven this turn. That's not even a thing they can do. Yeah, they're just doing the Mew thing. They're giving me +2 cards to KO my Mew to take away the potential of the draw power from the Mew, which... I don't know, it's just bad. I don't really have a... I don't have a... I mean, they have to pop the Dusclops here, right? Otherwise, this makes 0 sense. Oh, wait. No, this makes 0 sense if they don't pop. Wait. They can't do that because then the Zekrom KOs. Little do they know my Zekrom might KO anyways. Maybe they thought they had to play by pushing the Dusknoir, but then they're like, oh shoot, I can't do that. Which they definitely can't do, so. So now they just have to KO and not pop the thing, which I guess is fine now. Why running 2 Zekrom? Because I'm playing Maximum Belt, so I'm playing heavily through the Zekrom. Okay, this is it. This is Maximum Belt's moment. Like, this is it. Alrighty. I fear we're not going to get there. Let's see where if we had Narvin, we'd be cooking. I don't think I should use that. I have a lot of generators left in the deck. Okay, I think I do this. I get back 1 Iron Hands, double energy. It's possible I hit double generator, don't find the Maximum Belt, but then I find Iron Bundle and I go hands KO one of these off the bench with Iron Bundle, which is good enough. Just gotta draw here. And 1. I could get the Maximum Belt, or I could get another generator. I draw first. Or neither? Neither, bro? Two card hand off the prize cards. On a single prize card, this turn is like too weak, right? Unless I'm trolling. I don't think I'm trolling though. If I bundle them, they could get stuck. I got Iron Bundle here and they could be stuck, I guess. I have to Brave Charm my Mew though, so they can't pop this to KO it. And I can retreat to Zekrom, get Iron Hands, attach to Iron Hands, pass, I think, is the play. And I have to hope their top deck and their 2 prize cards are just like basically dead. Man, this situation didn't even feel that bad, to be honest. It did end up going pretty poorly though, obviously. I honestly feel like we weren't in that bad of a spot. Like, yeah. Kinda sucks. A good cash only dollar. Would you just lose to Dust Cloud's attack? No. I lose to Dusclops Briar. Oh. Did they not realize I have a Braver Charm on it? Maybe they have a Tool Scrapper? I lose to Tool Scrapper and Briar here. Tool Scrapper, Briar, Dusclops. I also lose to another Dusclops. Cash only Dolo. You hate to see that. Oh, the ghosts are. They got Tatsugiri though, which is weird. Why would you ever put Tatsugiri back in your deck? At this point, he's way too slow to ever utilize. I feel like. The Tatsu recovery there seems really bad. I feel like they have an Iono in their hand. The pass? What the heck? Dude, that can't... Dude, stop top decking energy. Jesus. I feel like that can't be correct. Do I leak the maximum belt? Is it actually correct to not show it to my opponent here? Oh, because if they take any knockout, Zekrom is swinging anyways, right? So it's always correct to just grab it. Because if they always have to kill my setup Zekrom. Okay, so it's always just correct to grab it. Wait, I need 2 prize cards to win the freaking game. What the heck? Oh, because they popped their Dusclops. What the heck? So they're just hoping I can't get hands here? Bro, what the heck? You need to check yourself. I always got the hands here. In my head, I still had 3 prize cards. So I was like trying to like figure this one out. But I literally always went with hands, so it doesn't really matter what I do. They didn't realize the charm existed. I think that was probably it, yeah. All right. All right, well, we hope Squawk's not prized. It's not. What's the percent in the percent difference for a 1-2 line versus a 2-1 line? Is the 2-1 line not always correct? No, we have way more access to our basic Pokemon than our evolution Pokemon. And we're just trying to mitigate the prize factors in general. Like having Magneton turn 2 before we draw a single prize card is the important part. So it doesn't really matter if it's a basic or an evolution. But we have way less access to our evolutions than our basics because of Tandem Unit. Now, if it came up later in the game more often, it would be different because at that point, it doesn't matter. Then having the basic would be more important if we're like, okay, we can wait to draw the prize card, but we can't wait to see Magneton. We need Magneton turn 2 so often that the evolution makes more sense. Never worried. You think Cape Star is good right now? No clue. Haven't played with Star this format at all. Holy. Hold on, let me cook. Oh, actually. Oh, I shouldn't have played this. I should not have played this. Mew's not in here. Well, I should have played it if Mew was in here, but I didn't check my prize cards. I didn't know Mew was not in here. Now I'm a little bit torn on... I just kind of don't want to take anything, but... It's on my mind. I want to get Magneton in case I get Badooed here, though. I don't know what they're playing, so... I would have discarded the Nest Ball, though, I think. These are my top deck odds. Oh, this is weird. Sure. Hazel, great stream. I love watching your stream with my friends. Glad you enjoyed the stream there, Dylan. In Maximum Belt iteration, doesn't 2-2 mag better than having 1 line of Eel and mag? No clue. That's hard. We're testing it out. I still like the idea of the Eel, so we're keeping him in there for now. I think if we did cut the Eel, we'd want to get EXP share involved again. Like that, yeah. We're not against it. Is this Zero Ore just for wall decks? No, it's there to snipe Fez or Squawk or Mew off the bench. I'm gonna pop the Magneton. I kind of want to get energy on the Zekrom, right? And I could Iron Bundle here, but I don't think I'm going to. I want to save the Iron Bundle to eventually get around a Grimmsnarl. Yeah, I don't feel like we're in a great spot, but it's not terrible. I could actually try and get the eel established here. Maybe that wouldn't be terrible. No, I think it's not going to work. Also, I want to leave the bench space open for Mew, if I get Mew off the prize cards. So have you seen a list of Joltik Box with Golden Go as a big hitter? I have. Any thoughts about it? I think it's just worse than other builds of Golden Go and worse than other builds of Joltik Box. But I know the deck you're talking about. I appreciate 36 months there, Mr. Mountain Dew. Your Ethan's deck is about really close to winning the Full Grip League against Marnie's Grimmsnarl. Is it my deck though, or is it just someone else playing a Pidgey build? It is sick to see Ethan Typhlosion winning though. Like I'm not trying to take credit. Yeah, I'm not trying to take credit for their win. If they want to give me a shout out, that's fine, but if they don't, then Pidgeot Typhlosion is not like revolutionary. And you said it was your build, so we give you credit for the deck? Okay, okay. You think Miraidon is legit pick for Worlds? Right now, I think it's just worse than Joltik Box. And I think this doesn't happen often. I usually correct you guys when you guys compare decks. I think this time, it makes sense, though. Joltik Box and this deck are basically the exact same deck. They're just both Iron Hands decks that try and play alternate attackers to help deal with situations where Iron Hands doesn't just win you the game. So there's no reason to play this deck if Joltik Box is better. And I do think Joltik Box is better from my current testing. But 99% of the time, you should not be comparing decks in that way. Vast majority of the time, you should just be like, different decks are different decks. The vast majority of the time, deck A is deck A and deck B is deck B. It doesn't matter if they play a similar attacker, similar card. Yeah. I mean, it feels like, as always, their win condition is this guy, so... Although I maybe should have done the math there, and maybe there's like a better play to have made. So what about the speed at which Miraidon can start swinging versus Joltik's slower setup? I mean, those are differences in the deck. However, like I said, the decks are so similar in what they're trying to do that I don't think one can be... Both can exist in the exact same meta, and I think Joltik Box is better. This is including the differences of the decks. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying anything if I wasn't comparing the two decks against each other. The matchup seems similar. Yeah, very close. I'd say like Miraidon. Miraidon has the traits like having explosive potential for having less good matchups, like less stronger matchups, I guess. Because like having the Galvantula makes your like charge on matchup and your other matchup really, really strong. But you're a slower, like you play at a speed that your opponent is like super aware of and can play around. You have no pop-off potential. Unless you play Clefairy, and then you can, like, Crispin Clefairy turn 1. Yeah, put your 25 months there, ball up. Or, if you go first and, like, attach your Iron Hands or Miraidon, you can, like, Crispin Arm Press or something turn 2. But, like, not that that's, like... It rarely ever happens. Like, in a whole tournament run, that might happen 0 times. Stream title, Lucas. Appreciate the prime sub there, 0 hit. Do they even have a play here? Well, they've been playing a lot of cards, but nothing's happened. Area 0 Mar not optimal? Probably not. Deck seems mid. Are you a potato, bread, or rice guy? Rice, I guess. Yeah, rice. Right now, Joltik Box has a hard time against League HQ. Well, luckily for Joltik Box and all their basic decks, League HQ is not a card that anyone plays. So it's not relevant. That's like saying Dragon Ball has a hard time against Melodic EX. It's like, yeah, okay. But that doesn't stop Dragon Ball from winning tournaments because no one plays Melodic EX. I feel like it's literally just the consistency versus power arguments for Joltik versus Miraidon. The power is close enough to where Joltik wins out most of the time. Yeah, I mean, I don't think about it. I personally don't think about it that hard. I just like play both decks, and then whatever one feels better, I'm like, okay, this is the better deck. But yeah, I have to think about that harder to agree with you fully. But I'm just gonna go ahead and agree with you on that one, Luna. Got a cup next weekend. Is Arch a good choice or Radiant Ball better? Radiant Ball's definitely better. It's pretty bad for Arch right now, I feel like. Oh, did I just triple boss them? Dude, why? Oh, sure, just have the third boss, just in case. Give me another one, dude. So gross. Holy smokes, bro. That is disgusting. I mean, like that big of a deal to squawk here. It's like fine. So I do want to try an Iron Hands and Gimme Goal off the rip, right? Like that's like the game plan. And then Miraidon threaten the Genesect, I guess. I still do this, I think. They save the other guys for later. So then it should look something like... Oh, Squawk's Prize. But of course! That rat. And me right now. They could tool scrabber that actually. I should probably retreat. Nice. Billy isn't showing up for work. I know. What the heck? What's the reason for the 2 Zekrom? So be able to go back-to-back Zekroms with maximum belt. So maximum belt on the one, then the other thing on the other one. What's the... You said it, no squawk when you need it? Yeah, I know, what the heck. Just never lucky, to be honest. I was about to call you out, Junk, but you caught yourself. Do I restart for 2 here? I mean, I want to find energy, but I want to draw into good cards that I would discard. I don't think I restart. I think I just research. I'm just going to go and hit him with it. We should prime up there. Bradley B. Welcome to the right back. Do I restart for 2? There's too many good cards I could draw into, right? The only thing research. Too many good cards. Too many good cards. They could counter catch my Miraidon and ignore my Iron Hands, which would be kind of annoying. So then I grabbed like a Miraidon here. Oh, I should have done that before I researched, I guess. I could have also grabbed a Zekrom. Zekrom. Could have grabbed Zekrom. Could have grabbed Zekrom. Could have grabbed Zekrom. Could have grabbed. Could have got. I grab Zekrom. They go Gust KO Zekrom. No, I don't grab Zekrom because I want to be able to go Zekrom, I think. Why grab Donny Boy? Because if they just have like Counter Catcher Energy Search Pro or Boss Energy Search Pro KO this Miraidon, then I don't have another Miraidon to search out for more Zekroms. Or to threaten their Genesect. So I'd rather just get the other Miraidon in play, set up, ready to go, ready to cook. Ready to... This could be like if they go like they could have like Iono Counter Catcher KO Miraidon, then I can't find Zekrom and then I just lose the game. Need Donnie Donson here for sure. What do we got? Yep, there's the boss. Yep. See? Told you. I told you this is what they were gonna do. This is also just like a really bad play because they literally lose to. I don't even need the maximum belt here. They just lose to Magneton, or just to a Zekrom Magneton combo. Like I literally could set up my hands over hard retreated if I wanted to. I'm not gonna do that because I have plenty of energy in my hand, but I could if I wanted to. They can't tell me I can't do it. Oh wait, did I just mess up? I need to Ultra Ball away energy there. Oops. I can still Ultra Ball away 2 energy though. But grabbing this thing was just a mistake, right? Nah, give them to me. Actually, well, we're not done. I will get my maximum belt value here. It will not deny me. Alright, it's fine. Dude, there's still a Squawk prize, bro. He's always prized. God damn it, Squawkabilly. Can't you do anything right? Am I ever magnetic charging? I feel like they're playing... They could maybe take a... Oh, I should not have gotten this Magnemite. Oh. Regrets on the way, possibly. Because they can go like... It's... Well, it could be... I don't know what the fuck they're playing. I can't actually... You know, who knows? Who knows what they're playing? Who knows what they're playing at? Different name. Will my lot be different? Iron Valiant? Yeah, or Venture Bomb or like something. It also, but this could also be, it also could be Maractus. It also could be Badoo Maractus, actually, to be honest. So I'm just going to push Miraidon. And Payish. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it could be... I mean, it could be a lot of things, to be honest. It could be Hobzation. It could be Badoo Maractus. Badoo Maractus, Frostlass. It's probably a Hops deck, though. It probably is a Hops deck. We'll see, though. Is this better or worse, Joltik Box? Worse. It looks like it is Monkey Hops, yeah. So if they are playing, they could be playing, why not push the loaded Iron Hands and force a Gust? Because they're not gusting on this first turn. If I give them my loaded Iron Hand, wait, what? Force a Gust? How would that force a Gust? They want to punch this. Because they literally want to punch my loaded up Iron Hands. That would be giving my opponent a Gust, not forcing a Gust. I don't know what Gusts you're trying to force here. You're trying too hard, though. Rein it in. Lock the fuck in. I go for Mew here. Yeah, it's not the Gust you think you're forcing. Honestly, I kind of want them to hit me with the Cram. I'm gonna take away their Monkey Dory. And thank you very much. Ready for a triple Gust win. First boss, then research into Prime Catcher, then boss again. The way the PokemonTCG was meant to be played. Boss, Prime, boss. You just activate Cram, though? Yeah, I would love it. Wait a second. No, yeah, I would love it if they crammed. I would be very happy if they crammed me here. It would be optimal to get crammed here. I hope they get crammy with it. Boss, Prime, Counter Catcher, Ulysses Appeal, then Iron Bundle. Yeah, hit him with the whole squad. Ooh, okay. All right, hold on. We could get... Oh, now we definitely need the Prime. Help! Don't do it to me. Oh, we can pop Magneton to free up our active, though. So it's actually not that bad. We can also just Magneton to the active. All right, so we... Oh, top deck Prime. Yeah, sure. Just top deck Arven. It's not a very good top deck, actually. I mean, it's like fine. It's not bad. I like to have then some energy out of the deck there. Into the Prime? Ah, I can't even play it. Ah, whiff? Walking fame. I can Iron Bundle, but they always just push this guy up, right? But I'd rather punch their active and not give them draw, but then give them access to Monkey Dory. Ooh. Too much. This ain't love, it's just a firefly. What if I just passed? What if I just did this and passed? No draw, no Monkey Dory damage. Pretty chill. Not doing very much damage either. Kind of like it. Kind of like it. Sure, why not? Keep them board locked. They can't develop anything else, like second Monkey Dory. Yeah, sure. Drawing one prize card there is just so weak, and punching their active is also so weak. Set up the ton and chill. Hit him with boss next turn. Nasty HP share on the Mew. Troop, get the HP share on the Mew. Actually, I might put on the well, no, my air balloon's gone. I might put on the, yeah, Prime Catcher's too good, man. The maximum belt is cute. It's kind of cool. But yeah, Prime Catcher's just too good. It's just too good. What they grabbed there? Counter Catcher? Maybe they can do something to still win the game. It seems pretty unlikely, though. They can't draw 6 prize cards or 5 prize cards in a single turn, right? Can they? I think if I KO the Monkey Dory, it's impossible. If I don't KO Monkey Dory, maybe it is possible. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe though, maybe. Well, if they hit, all right, if they hit 4 heads on Venture Bombs. All right, if they hit 4 heads on Venture Bombs, maybe they can do it. No, because they still don't kill this guy. Venture Bomb knockout. We see more. No, I think they still come up short. Even with 4 Venture Bomb heads, they come up short. Maybe a Tails. What's up, Heracross? Let them try and figure it out. I don't think they got anything. Four heads, KO, Squawk, Boss Miraidon, GG. No, because this thing would live. They cap out at 120, so I live with 10 HP even if they hit 4 heads. Oh, I guess I don't win. Okay, hold up. Maybe there is still game here. I was kind of assuming I would just win no matter what, but I guess that's not true. Good top deck, though. Ooh. It doesn't really matter where I put it, right? Same thing. Would they have to gust anyways? I don't think this matters where I put it, because they always have to gust this. They would always gust the one up with the. I don't think it matters. Uh-oh, holy smokes. They need to find like the bombs though, right? What if they don't even play Venture Bombs? It's possible they don't even play the things. Do I want to retreat? I want them to take a KO, right? Yeah. How many outs did I have at this point? A lot, right? 3 Arven, 2 Boss, and Prime Catcher. But a couple of them went to the bottom of the deck off the Iono. I wasn't able to shuffle the deck. 2 Arven. That's still pretty good odds. That's pretty good odds there, but never lucky. Is there anything you want at the World's Pokemon Center merch? No. I'm assuming by how slow they're playing, they don't have a line. Well, at least not available to them now. I guess I could research or something into the line. Okay, okay. Snorlax is getting set up. The thing is, they really don't want to draw prize cards here either, though. I feel like them attacking here would be a misplay. Escape from Battle Styles would have helped. Not really, because then they just push Snorlax. I don't really want to KO their Snorlax. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. They're not any closer to winning, so... I mean, maybe they play Venture Bombs. It comes down to if they play Venture Bombs or not. Oh my gosh. I guess they could KO my Fez. In their combination of KOs, they could at least KO the Fez. All right, they win with a Venture Bomb here. A Venture Bomb and a Gust. They win with Venture Bomb Gust. Remember when Zacian was good? No, because Zacian was never good. Venture Bomb plus Gust wins them the game. We have yet to see a Venture Bomb from them, though, so I don't even know if they play them. How are we doing tonight, Azul? Doing pretty good. I'm excited to see some Dango. So excited to see how Dango goes tonight. Same, very much. Oh no! I guess that also works. Wait, does that win them? No, they need a Gust still though. They need a Gust. Do they have a Gust? The Snowy Mountain. Oh, where are the Venture Bombs, bro? Okay, they need Gust off the prizes. Also, Ultra Ball would have been pretty good. How many Ultra Ball did I have left? No, I was out of Ultra Ball. They didn't snap take anything. How many counter catcher have they played? Just one? I don't know how many counter catcher that deck usually plays. Penny? I mean, they have to do something. They gave me Fez draw here, so they're kind of in trouble if they don't do anything. Ice Placing Zacian at Worlds. Assuming we get full standings, probably close to last place. If we only have day 2 standings, there'll be 0 in day 2. If they don't do anything, you win with self. Oh yeah, I can KO my own Squawkabilly. Genius. Oh, that's bloody genius. No. Honestly, Billy kind of deserves it for being prized the last couple games. Goodbye, Billy. You rat. Do you think there are actually any in day 1? I would bet no. Yeah. If I was betting on it, I would say no. They get Venture Bomb heads plus 30? I guess they could, yeah. But getting that Relicanth out of the active might be tough. Dude, if they have Iono here, I'm gonna be pissed. Thank goodness. Like you better not have Iono here. After all of that, if you have Iono in your opening hand. So it is the Venture Bomb build, huh? Dude. My bad, I didn't know you were cringe like that. Holy shit. And my air balloon. Dude, are you kidding me? And my air balloon is just prized. I couldn't even get aggressive if I wanted to. Holy smokes. Well, they can't attack next turn because the Relicanth is stuck, right? Most likely. So they're not attacking next turn, actually, probably. Interesting. Throw it. They probably don't have enough cards. Yeah, they only have one energy. This is unlikely. That Turo will lead to an attack. Very unlikely. For reason. I mean, I can play the generators now, or I can wait. This top decking energy isn't bad, but if I get Iono, putting all this back in the deck is pretty mid. I think at the very least I attach to the Iron Hands. No, because I can gen into the extra energy. Assuming this... Alright, I'm just going to assume this is going to all make sense. And now I have to decide if I want to actually play the generators or just wait. I think I'm just going to... I'm going to play for the wait. I'm going to play for the wait. I want a top deck in energy, and then I can also thin out decks with Arven before I play it. They have Iono, they have Iono. Oh well. Oh, attaching active is a little bit weird, I guess. Because they have Iron Bundle. Maybe should have always gone to the Iron Hands, I guess. Yeah. Not sure about that one. Not sure about that, buddy. I think you're overcooking a little bit over there. Amp the Relicanth seems fine here. I think that's a reasonable maneuver. As predicted. As foretold. Number 1, 2. Number 2, 2. Hold up, hold up. Chill out. Oh. Do they ever have black belt? No, they can't. They can't black belt and bomb me. Yeah, I think we just chill. Amp you very little. Which Dango you running? Caesar or straight Dango? I'm gonna do straight Dango. Has anyone ever ordered you an edible arrangement during a major? Would you like them to? No and no. Why'd you attach the hands? Just kind of feeling it this turn. Hands have been a good lad, so I give him a little extra energy. Yeah, but I don't fuck with fruit either. Well, hold on, I never said that. Is there even a game plan for Crustle with straight Dango? No. Well, you don't really have a game plan with the Caesar anyways. You just lose. Like, the Caesar is not a game plan. Don't be like tricked into thinking a 1/1 Caesar is a game plan against Crustle. That's not how you want a game plan for matchups. That as a win condition for that matchup is like if your opponent literally dead draws, sure. That's not how we want to assume things are going to play out. Top deck Prime Catcher would be kind of nice, to be honest, so I could play Research this turn. Yeah, basically, the way you want to approach... one of the ways you want to approach deck building around matchups is you just need to be comfortable with giving up on matchups. Now, that doesn't mean we should or shouldn't play Caesar in the deck, but like the way you want to think about it is like these. No, the way you want to think about it is like those. And let me lock in here for a second, then we'll think about this further. Just fine, you're doing just fine. I don't think the Iron Bundle is very good anymore. We can give up on him. The lad. Grab the Shmew. If I pop 330, it's not even that good. Oh, Zera Aura is like a threat here. What the heck? It just literally wins the game on the Fez. Sheesh. I didn't know he was chill like that. I could do something like this, to be honest. Although this feels a little weird now that I've done it. It's alright. I'm feeling pretty chill. It seems fine. It looks a little weird, but I don't know. It means my opponent can't like KO any of my most important Pokemon. Can't get away with it. Also, if they have like Tool Scrapper Bomb here, then I get to push a Magnemite and still be okay with that. Yeah, that's like another thing. Yeah, the way you approach deck building is like you just need to learn to be comfortable with just like giving up on matchups in terms of like. Now, all right, listen. If you take a Golden Go deck and it has Caesar, you have a way higher % chance of in comparison. You take two Golden Go decks. One has Caesar, one doesn't. The one with Caesar, in comparison to the one without Caesar, has a way higher % chance of beating Crustle. But the overall matchup percentage is like, instead of being like a 90, you lose 100% of the time, you lose 99% of the time. It's like it doesn't actually change. So that should never be a reason why you keep Caesar. Caesar is never in the deck for the Crustle matchup. That should never be like when you make a list of reasons or percentages. Let's say you make a list of percentages, because that's how you should think about it. To why you want to keep a card in a deck, the 1% edge you get against Crustle should not be on the list. It should not be in the total percentages, because in a the way I've been actually explaining this recently is I usually use the reference as like a tournament run. Like in a tournament run, that percentage won't matter, basically. The chance that 1% matter against Crustle and should affect our overall percentage of what cards we include won't ever affect a tournament run. But it won't actually, the way I've been explaining it more recently, because this affects more people, it won't affect your win rate on PTCG Live Ladder, basically. Your win rate will actually go down, factoring in Crustle as a reason to play a card. You quote a source for this information? I've played the PokemonTCG for a very long time, and I'm just right. Whether or not you want to believe I'm right is up to you. This is better than running the Eels? Oh shit, they might do it actually. Better than running the eels. You should Magneton 100% should be in the deck. What's it called? Just should questionably be in the deck. Eel should questionably be in the deck. Magneton should 100% be in the deck. So I'm not saying like for sure. Like I don't know. No eel. I don't know if no eel is right, but so far eels felt pretty mid. Eel is definitely worse than Magneton. Like if we could only play one of them, we'd always play Magneton over eel. But because Magneton is basically 3 eels in 1 turn. Like you could like Magneton is like the way to think about Magneton is like potentially 3 eels on the 2nd turn of the game, which is like insane. And that might be all the time. It might be all the eel uses total throughout a game as well, right? Like how many times? Like this deck plays what 4 to 5 turn games, like at most. Like how many times are you actually gonna eel in a game? 3, maybe 4. So like Magneton already does everything eel is gonna do in a single turn. So Magneton is always better than eel. The question is, should you also play eel? Magneton is also plus 50 damage on Zekrom, which is very relevant. Also true, yeah. Also, energy has to be in discard for eel. I mean, that's also true for Magneton, though. Energy has to be in the discard pile for Magneton as well. You have to prepare for the meta share more than the decks that have bad matchups versus the meta share. No, you have to prepare for everything as much as possible. You just have to do what's correct. Like, preparing for bad matchups is sometimes the only thing your deck needs to do. Sometimes your deck needs to do more. There's like no right answer to that. It's just like you just need to prepare in the way that maximizes your win percentage. Sometimes it's just getting familiar with the matchups against the top meta decks. Sometimes it's honing in on your bad matchups and coming up with tech cards for your bad matchups, stuff like that. Just depends. Magneton might get kicked out of the deck if the new side deck is in lots of decks, though. No? Yes. Yeah. The side deck would be a potential problem. To where you'd have to go to like a full eel build, like a 2-2 or even 3-3 eel. That's sick. Top deck research now, I guess? Have you ever thought of adding Ignition Energy to Hop's Zacian with Snorlax? No. That's the card only works on evolution Pokemon. Miraidon or Joltik Box? Joltik Box is the better of the 2 decks. Whatever happened to Metagross decks? No good synergy? Bad matchups? I mean, the deck's just not very good. Aha! Very cool. If you've joined me on that. Ooh, okay. I mean, you know what it is. Are we speedballing or are we cruel arrowing? I understand why we play a deck with 60 energy and a gamble mechanic instead of a consistent variant with more options. That's just a misinterpretation of RNG in the Pokemon TCG. Oh wait, what the fuck? Guy swings like that? Hold up, what does it do? 30 less. So if I do 20 to it and then it, fuck, I can't kill it with anything. All right, get him, Fez. Come on, Fez. I don't understand why we play a deck with 60 energy in the gamble mechanic instead of the consistent variant with more options. I don't understand. Well, I would ask, what is the consistent variant with more options? But also, on top of that, just from your message, I think you just have a misunderstanding of variants in the Pokemon TCG. Every deck has variants in the Pokemon TCG. Decks variants are just displayed in different ways, and some feel and look worse than others, but at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is expected win percentage. So even if every action you take in a deck is a coin flip, if your expected win percentage is higher than every other deck, then you're just playing the BDIF. It's just everything's a coin flip. Also, Ds. Consider it, think about it, learn it. Dude, this is so dumb. All right. Learn it, love it, think about it. I actually feel like my best play here is to grab Mew. I actually think my best play here is to grab Miraidon. Oh, wait, I can magnetic charge here. It's not that bad, actually. What do I even grab? Well, if they have a metal... Dude, if they top deck a metal energy... Fuck, if they put a metal energy on top, that's a rad move, bro. They must have put a Buddy Poffin on top, though, right? They must have put a Buddy Poffin on top. It's the only thing that makes sense to put on top here. Or they're just a massive rat. If they put anything else on top, they're a huge rat. Just gargantuan rat behavior. Is it possible to include Pika EX into this deck? Magneton could charge up instantly. Yeah, you have to play like a lot of weird stuff though. You could like also go the crystal route, but it's just worse. The best way to play the Pikachu, I think, is just still Joltik Box for sure. Yeah, you just at that point you should just play Joltik Box probably. I don't know if I finished my rant or not, but yeah, you could theoretically play a... What was I saying? Yeah, you could theoretically play a deck where every single action is a coin flip, but it could still be the best deck in the format. Now, if you don't like playing decks where every single action is effectively a coin flip, that's fine. No one's forcing you to play like a specific type of deck. But it doesn't make... Decks being perceived to have higher variance doesn't make them actually worse decks. Consider D's. I should get like a backup Miraidon here. The Genesec's not going to come down, and Fez might not come down again. Putting this energy anywhere actually just doesn't matter, I feel like, here. I think it's just best to hold the energy. Has this a variation to have any advantage over a Joltik Box? Any better matchups? I don't know about the better matchups. I haven't thought about it that hard. Its advantage is that it has more explosive potential going first. Or turn 2 going first and then turn 1 going second. That's where the deck is better, but at the core of it, both decks are pretty much the same thing. There's an Iron Hands deck that plays other Pokemon around the Iron Hands to try and give it ways to beat matchups that it needs to be able to beat. Otherwise, the deck is just bad if it was only an Iron Hand. Like, an only Iron Hands deck would actually just be terrible. So the decks are just trying to be better than just an only Iron Hands deck. Overall, I think, yeah, so the deck does have advantages over Joltik, but the question is what's better? And this is one of the rare cases where I think it's fine to compare two decks to each other. You should almost never compare two decks and be like, why would you play this deck over this deck? It's like, well, they're just different decks. One is just better than the other. And at that point, you may be just asking, why are you not just playing the BDIF? Which, honestly, why are you not just playing the BDIF? I mean, I have to, like, rely on this guy so heavily. I should just push a Magnemite, right? I have an Iron Hands in the deck, right? And a Zekrom. Okay, so we have options. Alright, we just ship it. Mine's coming home tonight. I would rather KO Gimme Ghoul this turn. However, that's not available to me. So this is really bad. I could get access to... Oh, my Countercatcher's Pride. Oh, no, I have Countercatcher in here. It's like almost impossible to play for that, though. Actually, I thin a ton of garbage out of the deck. We're gonna hit him with one of these. My Fez being dead is really bad. Yeah, Fez biting the dust there was not very chill. I shouldn't dig with Mew here, to be honest. I just need more. I need more. Why not KO with Zekrom? That's literally what I'm about to do. Why not? True! Honestly, because of this matchup, we might just need to still play 2 Zekrom. Like, Zekrom is so important in this matchup to have, like, the second Zekrom. It's either play 2 Zekrom or play Zekrom Ursaluna Defiance Band. And maybe the Ursaluna Defiance Band combo is actually better to play because there's more matchups where it's good. Right, who wants it? 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 Dude, I actually just don't know where this should go. It's here. Pieces? Dude, I'm gonna need to draw the freaking nuts. I have played 0 generators, right? Ooh, the super art off the prize cards is huge, though. That's insane. Wait, the super odd off the prize card is actually just kind of criminal. You could combo Tapu Koko Punch and KO with hands. It's just not realistic, though. They play Turos. Usually 2, sometimes 1. But if they just have Turo, you just lose. I want a better line of play where I can get ahead and stay ahead. Wait, hold up. Hands is an option now. Oh, they're just going all out here. What the heck? Why are they giving me a hands option? It's just Mirror's Black and White Dango not been nearly as impactful to the meta as I thought it would be. I mean, I don't know what more you want from it. The deck's been pretty impactful. Yeah, I don't know what more you want. Dude, what the heck? They're just giving me so many win conditions out here. Why are you throwing? 0 Aura can win the game now? What are they digging for? Evolve this guy. Wait, maybe they don't have the evolution? Oh shit, why is there why are these in the discard pile? They superior energy retrieval away 2 golden goes? When did they do that? Alright. Questionable plays for my opponent for sure. Yeah. Very questionable. They're not actually retreating, right? First time they attacked, they did it? Why would they do that? What are you doing? There was no better card they could have discarded their hand? I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought Dango would be winning a lot more. Sometimes a deck not winning is a bigger indicator of how powerful the deck is. The metagame has shifted quite a bit around Golden Go. Like, one of the main reasons that people are playing stuff like Charizard, Anti-Flosion, and seeing success is using Golden Go as a stepping stone, and their deck being viable due to the fact that Golden Go is viable. All right, this is a terrible... I don't know what problem you think you have here, but this is a terrible solution to this problem. What is there? What the heck? There's no generators on the bottom of my deck. They're all on the top of my deck. So I want to go like bench. I don't want my attack with Zekrom, so I'm gonna go attach the Zekrom so I can retreat it. Makes me wish I had put this energy on the Zekrom, which is that I probably should have put it on the Zekrom, to be honest, because it's the only thing that where it actually ever makes sense, where I'd ever get value out of it. Oh, I can't even win now because I didn't put the energy there. Doesn't matter. I just put them here anyways. What are they gonna do? The answer is nothing. They don't have a play. I literally have it all locked up. It's still correct to put the energy active here, I think. Prime 1 there. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Dude, I was so tunnel visioned on electric generator. Oops. Oopsie. Why not prime for Fez and then retreat Mew? Because I can't play prime. I can't play my prime catcher. That's why. You had prime catcher? No, I didn't. Did an Ultra Ball win though? Or not enough energy in Grave? Oh, Ultra Ball also won. Oh my gosh, bro. There were so many ways to win the game there and I just didn't do any of them. I could have also Ultra Balled for second Magneton and then just Zero Aura sniped the... Dude, oh my gosh. There's so many ways to... I was just like a tunnel vision. I was like, all right, well, after they take the knockout here, I need to find a generator. I was like, oh shoot, I got a generator, chill. And they can't win next turn. That's even better. It's like, all right, what's better? Generator, having to get generator and then having to hit energy to win, or wanting to do that anyways, and then also your opponent not being able to win next turn. It's pretty good. It's like, man, this turn is way better than I thought it was. I got my generator, and my opponent doesn't win next turn. Dude, I'm good, bro. I'm set, bro. I don't need any more. We're chilling. We take... You should come play in the Auckland, New Zealand special event. No, I think it's already something else. There's another major tournament happening that weekend that I'd either like go to or watch party or something. So no Auckland for me. I feel like this isn't a real play, right? Am I missing something? If they Turo Fez, though? I mean, they have a Monkey Dory and 2 Gimme Goals on their bench and I have 1 prize card now, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so according to the title, we're supposed to be locked in. Upon review of the gameplay, it seems like we're actually trolling out the wazoo. Why do you think it's okay to lie? Because... what are you going to do about it? Out the wazoo. Oh, I can load 2 up on it? Sure. I like the EXP share and the 2-2 Magneton. 2-2 Magneton is good. I've been running 1-1 electric Magneton at locals and it's missing something. 2-2 Magneton's been pretty good. Like, Magneton is super important for the deck to function consistently. Like, the Magneton is like helps us function consistently. Yeah, it's just super important. The Magneton is super important. Eel is not bad, but Magneton should always come first. And a thicker Magneton line means we use Magneton more consistently. So it's hard to argue against a 2-2 Magneton line, or at least a 1-2. Artisan. I mean, we're still probably squawking here. What do you say from yesterday? Testing is the top decks at the moment. I mean, from the games I played yesterday, it doesn't change my perspective of what the top decks are. Top decks are the top decks. I'm not gonna like go through the list of all of them. I could kill the Badoo, or I could Iron Bundle one of these up, and those are like a little bit more higher value of targets. I'll let my opponent pick before I show him anything else. Yozo, what is this Badoo deck? I want the Frostlass Dory only. It's just that it's Badoo, and then you just Frostlass Monkey Dory as your damage source, and it also plays Maractus and like Ursaluna for late game. So you just like Badoo every single turn in most matchups while you damage them with Frostlass and Monkey Dory, and either try and TMD with them or I don't really want Mew in play either because Mew is also a liability, even if it is a good source of energy. How should I start this? I am gonna Squawk here, unfortunately. Why 1-2 Magnet? Wouldn't a 1-1 or 2-2 be better? Okay, so I mean, like the first thing is like, what's correct is better, and what's correct is what's correct. So that's like the first thing you want to think about when you're deck building. And it's possible 1-2 is correct. So we want to have that understanding. Any count could be correct. Like 0-2 wouldn't be correct, obviously, because you can't use Magneton without Magnemite. So it'd just be dead cards. So there's always higher value cards to play there instead of that. But yeah, there's no such thing as 1-1 being better or 2-2 being better than 1-2. 1-2 could be the correct count because it gives us a Magnemite to evolve into our Magneton and then increases our odds of seeing Magneton. Now we could play 2 Magnemite, 1 Magneton, and that would increase our odds of seeing Magnemite and decrease our odds of seeing Magneton. We could play a 2-2 that would equalize our odds of both, or we could play a 1-1, which also gives us equal odds. Well, not equal odds all the way. The reason we play a 1-2 is because we want to increase our odds of seeing the Magneton line and decrease the odds of prize cards being a variability. We have way more outs to our basic Pokemon through Miraidon than we do Magneton. It's a lot easier to see Magnemite than Magneton, so we play 1 Magnemite, 2 Magneton. It doesn't mean we wouldn't play a 2-2 if we had enough room for it, but the first thing you have to understand is that, but on top of that, you just want to make sure you understand that what is correct is what is correct. 1-1 or 2-2 isn't necessarily better than 1-2. What is correct is correct. And it is possible it is this line or a different line up. Let's go for the Might here. I think I'm just gonna leave the air. Well, no, I probably should just take the air balloon actually. I mean, I kind of just need to hit 2 here. If I don't hit 2, we're living off the Billy. I guess if I hit 2 here, I can save the switch and just go air balloon retreat, right? And then just not use Squawk. Is that just the better play? Because like Maractus is like a big time player in this matchup, so I feel like that is the better play, right? Just retreat. Arm press and chill. Yeah, it feels bad to not Squawk in season when we open Squawk ability, but I should have actually gotten... I should have opened Iron Bundle, because it's like a little bit more neutral of a card. Yeah, so I'm playing 1-2, because I either think it's correct or I want to see if it's correct. Based on my experience playing 2-2 or 1-1, 2-2 feels like overkill and it takes up too much of our deck space. And playing 1-1 feels like it doesn't give us enough access to the Magneton line, and prize cards become too big of a variable. So to mitigate the prize card variable, I am cutting, or I am adding a piece of the line. And because we have more access to the basics than the evolutions, I'm favoring Magneton over Magnemite. And that's why we currently have a 1-2 line in the deck. But make sure, like, when you're deck building in general, even though something looks weird, and I do agree it looks weird, like a 1-2 Magneton looks weird in comparison to like just what you normally see in the Pokemon TCG. But always keep in mind, what's correct is correct, and that's all we care about. All we care about is what's correct. Nothing else matters. I think the big thing to always keep in mind with deck building. We're only ever concerned with what's correct. I should probably just KO this to make it harder for them to Maractus me again, right? Then give up these. I could have got Miraidon instead. I do kind of need to find Miraidon because I need to like have an answer for an Ursaluna or something like that eventually, but we should be fine. I want to go a little bit more setup here. Oh, I don't have my Bravery Charm. Okay, sure. I would have got my Bravery Charm here, but... I think I'm just going to put some energy on the Miraidon here. This Miraculous play is too soon, kind of misplayed from the op. I disagree. I think the Miraculous play is... That's 100% fine for them to Miraculous there. Because Bedouin literally does nothing for them. They need to try and break my... They need to try and stop me from taking KOs. The longer they... I've played 0 switch cards. I'm not just going to play switch cards for no reason. If my opponent assumes I play correctly... If my opponent is going to assume that I play correctly, which is how you should play the game, until you get to a point where even if I misplay, I still win. You just always assume your opponent plays correctly, or the only win condition is your opponent misplaying. Then you want to try and prevent me from drawing prize cards as soon as possible. Like, I still have my switch and my prime catcher left. And if they assume I play correctly from this situation, from this point on, I'm just going to sit on my switch cards because I know Miraculous is one of their win conditions. So they want to Miraculous as soon as possible so that way they can possibly Miraculous multiple times. What, Turo in this deck? No, we should never find it. It's not. There's no point in playing it. We'd always just play more switches. I feel like you end up discarding it every time. Wait, how about Turo in this deck? I feel like you end up discarding it every time. Are you arguing against adding Turo? Hazel, just want to say your Torch stream was one of the coolest streams I've seen in a while. Crushing the content. Glad you enjoyed it, Kevin, for sure. I feel like Raging Ball would destroy Miraidon due to sniping of the bench, which wouldn't allow you to set up your Magneton. I'm not sure that would be like a huge deal, to be honest. I'd have to actually play that matchup, but... I mean, I'm just amping, right? The question is, what am I amping? Because I do have a boss here. I went to the bottom of my deck. I should have paid more attention. Those are some good cards. Hydrapple, though? That's what I'm saying. Why are we not talking Hydrapple? Just to, like, prevent them... I kind of just want to boss the Frostlass here, to be honest. Oh, I was so confused why I couldn't play Super Rod. I was like, I have an energy in my discard pile. I've tried it and it felt like not worth. Kind of want to know your opinion, thanks. Oh, okay, yeah. No, I wouldn't play Turo. Turo's definitely not worth it in here. If you want form of healing, I think Picnic Basket and Bravery Charm is your best bet. Like, more Bravery Charms or Picnic Basket. And if you're not concerned with healing and you just want more mobility to play around stuff like Miraculous, you just play more switches. Is there any decks in the meta that you don't instantly know their ace spec? I think just Charizard decks for the most part. Like Zardpolt sometimes plays Maximum Belt, sometimes playing Unfair Stamp right now. I think same thing with like normal Charizard. Sometimes they have Secret Box, sometimes they have Unfair Stamp, sometimes they have Maximum Belt. I think it's literally just Charizard decks. Also on Ceruledge right now. Seems pretty bad right now, I'm not gonna lie. We've seen some decks that plays higher counts of evolutions, like a 1-2 Zoroark or 1-2 Palkia and Ceruledge. That could decrease our odds of prizing basic and increase our odds of seeing the evolution. What would you consider to be a good amount of energy to keep in your deck? It's just, it's just situational. Yeah, there's no good answer to that question. There's no, not good answer. There's no single answer to that question. There's no answer to that question. There's no answer to that question. Alright, sure. Mew gets an energy. Very cool. Why isn't Maximum Belt good for Miraidon? For Miraidon, I feel like it would go nuts on Zekrom and Miraidon can kill Dango. Ooh. Well, being able to Arven for Prime Catcher is just really, really important against decks like Guardy and Gardevoir and Gardevoir, Grimmsnarl. There's just so many matchups for Prime Catcher. Like all the big stage Dragapults, Gardevoir, Grimmsnarl, Dragapult. Like Prime Catcher is just such a big win condition. Yeah, that's basically why. It's just too big of a win condition. The card's too good. I mean, I'm probably popping Magneton here. Neither of these do anything. I'm probably gonna Ultra Ball away my Eel anyways. I still have my Super Rod left. I mean, I could grab Tynamo, but it does like make it potentially easier for them to win the game, so it's probably not worth, just in case. Wait, I'm sorry, can I not? Oh, I can't play because I don't have 2 cards in my hand. I was like, what the heck? I think I draw first, and then because I have the Ultra Ball, I should be able to draw at least the same amount of cards off the restart, if not more. And now the answer is probably more. Oh, I can't really play this and actually... I need a single prize card to win the game, right? Yeah. What does this guy do? Heal 10 damage from this Pokemon? It's pretty broken. I'll probably just set up another Miraidon, even though it can get pinged by Frostlass. It allows me to always have something on board that can shuffle my deck, but I guess that does it as well. Alright, we should look for Prime first. Ever lucky? Okay, always lucky. Isn't Miraidon's Dango matchup fine? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it definitely is fine.